Shalom, shalom. Brother Yahweh Shabbat coming at you with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh, our higher Yahweh, by Hashem, Hamashiach, Yahweh Shah. Brother honors to my apostles, bishops, and elders of great millstone who teach and rule wherever need scriptures. Peace and blessing to the hopeful led brothers going on the highways and the byways, pushing his word out in truth and sincerity, risking their lives and freedoms to do so. Double shalom to you, brothers. Shalom to you, brothers, and your few sisters who are listening and learning. There's going to be a lesson on the angels, you know, and how they always around, watching everything that's going on and protecting, the elect from, whatever danger may be around, guiding us in the right direction, ensuring that, we make it back and forth to safety, especially when we out here on our day to day in the world. When you make it home from work, you make it to work safely, you make it back home from work safely every day. That's a blessing that the Lord is, bestowed upon you. Because the Lord, He ain't got to make it easy, man. Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah can make it very, very hard for you. And, depending on what you got going on, the Lord will be justified in that because the angels are watching everything that we're doing. They're taking report back to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah, like, hey, if you've been slacking on lessons, or, it could be something that you're doing in your life and you can let it get out of control and nobody else knows about, but you know about it, and you should have got it in order a long time ago. Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah can, you know, uh, hey, he can have the angels, put you in a situation. You know what I'm saying? Because ultimately, when we on our day-to-day walk, we don't control our own steps. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. That's what I mean. I need 34 and verse 7. Kind of, but as I was saying, I'm gonna speak a little further, and then I'm gonna pour this precept. As I was saying, um, the angels make sure whatever the Lord wants to go down on a day to day actually happens that way. You know what I'm saying? So, um, you could say, hey, it ain't no such thing as you being at the wrong place at the wrong time, or something happening to you that wasn't supposed to happen to you. Everything that happened to you is supposed to happen to you. You know what I'm saying? And Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah got everything written out. And we're gonna, at times find ourselves in a position of difficulty or straightness. And in those times, that's when you lean on Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah even more. You ask the Lord to have the angels guide you to safety, to protect you. You know what I'm saying? You know, and hey, let me go ahead and get this precept. This is Psalm chapter 34 and verse 7. The angel of the Lord encampeth round about them that fear him and delivereth them. Amen. The angels of the Lord are going to be delivering brothers, out of situations way, way down the line. When it comes to Jacob's trouble, when martial law pops off and different things of that nature. Hey, when they actually frame brothers and set brothers up, because that's coming. You know what I'm saying? The fact that they have this AI, thing going on, and it looks realer and realer by the day. You know, as it was first coming out, you could kind of tell, oh, this is bullshit. Somebody put this together, but it's getting to the point where you almost can't tell the difference between what's real and what's fake, and it's gonna get worse because basically whatever they're releasing, whatever technology they're releasing and making, you know, usable to the public, it means that they have something um, even greater, even more advanced, put back that nobody knows about. So and personally, I've had a vision where I was on, in the vision I was on the run. I was in a restaurant, and it's like I seen me on TV, and I seen, you know, they were pretty much framing me, and I remember being on the phone with, a particular individual, and that individual ended up telling me, yeah, man, I don't know, it looks like you, it really do look like you. those are the words that I remember, and I remember taking flight, getting the hell up out of there. But that being said, I'm pretty sure, there are other brothers that have had similar visions. So, those are things that we got to be on the lookout for. But, speaking on that in particular, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua gonna have the angels guide us through everything, man, even unto death if we got to get the guillotine, for not denouncing Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. It is what it is, and like the angels are gonna be with brothers through everything that we're gonna go through, you know. See, let's see. This is Psalms 91, and I'm gonna go ahead and link this to what I was talking about through the Spirit, about Jacob's trouble, and I'm gonna go ahead and let's see. I'm gonna go ahead, man, and start at the top. Actually, this is Psalm chapter 91, and starting at the top. Make sure. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of Yahweh, He is my refuge and my fortress, my power, in Him will I trust. Surely He shall deliver thee from the snare of the fowler and from the noisome pestilence. He shall cover thee with His feathers, and under His wings shalt thou trust. His truth shall be thy shield and buckler. Thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night, nor for the arrow that flieth by day. Thou shalt nor for the pestilence that walketh in darkness, nor for the destruction that wasteth at noonday. And that destruction that wasteth at noonday is talking about the missiles, you know, or any of the plagues that Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is going to bring during that said time of Jacob's trouble. Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is going to be with His elect, and this is this chapter pretty much, proves that, that hey, those of us who know the names of Yahweh and Yahweh Shai, those of us who have you know, this truth, and we've stuck, pretty much stuck to it. You know what I'm saying? Those of us who are written in the book of life ultimately, and Lord willing, I'm gonna be elect. Lord willing, other sincere brothers are be elect. Especially the men of GMS, starting with those brothers and brothers that teach that same doctrine, and so on and so forth, man. Hey, Lord willing, where are the elect? Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is gonna have our back through uh, every situation that we actually are put in, you know. And the Lord does expect for us to strive for this truth unto death. So regardless of what it comes down to, we're supposed to, uh, stand stiffly for the names of Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. You know what I'm saying? Keep reading. That arrow that flies by night is Salaki, that arrow that flies by day is talking about the missiles too. A lot of the times you have certain scriptures that refer to the missiles as arrows. You know, let's see, I'm gonna keep reading. 1,000 shall fall at thy side and 10,000 at thy right hand, but it shall not come nigh thee. Meaning, man, we gonna see a lot of death. Elder Kazak, the elder bro from GMS Mississippi. He put a lesson up earlier, and it was saying, don't cry. A lot of Israelites are gonna die. Hey man, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, when He unleashes his full fury, and sends all them death angels out, it's gonna be a lot of death, especially during the time of Jacob's trouble, and that's when the time, that's the time that you're gonna need your faith the most. Because just because you seeing it all around you, that don't mean it's gonna come nigh you. If Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is with you, even through all this hell that's about to come on the earth, you're gonna be straight, man. That says, Only with thine eyes shalt thou behold and see the reward of the wicked, because thou hast made Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, which is my refuge, even the Most High thy habitation. There shall no evil befall thee, neither shall any plague come nigh thy dwelling. For he shall give his angels charge over thee to keep thee in all thy ways. So when everybody else around here getting sick, can't eat, just in a bad way all in general, hey, how about Yahushua and his men and the men, women, and children who he's allotted to be saved, they're going to be straight. Even though all hell is broken loose on earth, he's going to protect his remnant. And he's going to have the angels, he's going to get the angels charged over protecting us, just as he did the disciples and the apostles and prophets before us. Says, they shall bear thee up in their hands, lest thou dash thy foot against the stone. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna close out with that. You know, how about outside? He's gonna have his angels, protecting us. In our day to day, and especially during that time of Jacob's trouble, when we're gonna need Yahweh outside and his holy angels the most. When we're gonna need that divine intervention the most. So Lord willing, this is edifying. And until next one, I say Shalom.